This is a Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. So Meltzer says, we've heard talk of Darby Allin getting a run as AEW champion, no matter who wins at Wembley. We know that he's been talked about seriously, but as to when, that's less clear.
So in other words, he's pulling things out of his rear end.
Right. Well, he's going to end up being our world champion. Notice how I claim them? No. So Meltzer said sent me this one. And he says, Dave, you picked a hell of a week to talk about your business analysis skills. You got fooled by the most basic Excel spreadsheet that said guess in one of the columns and claimed it was a Warner internal memo. Drop the condescending act. You got exposed. So I covered that, I believe, on the last show. And yeah, so somebody says, Meltzer, you know what bothers me? The ratings talk. Give it a break already. It's been decades with the same talk. Enjoy your show. I don't care who lost viewers after a week. Only pro wrestling fans do this. Grow up. And then Dave goes, my job is business analysis. Getting mad. We do business analysis on a business analysis show is quite weird. Meanwhile, he did this whole, we covered it, right? On the last show. Go and check it out if you haven't. But he lied about it's his biggest lie ever. He just saw something that was shared in a Discord with Fightful, and he went and claimed that it was insider Warner stuff, and he deleted it and all of this. So obviously your business analysis skills aren't that good, you dummy. And yeah, Meltzer said, what sent me that? That's funny. And so here's Raj Giri. I decided to listen to the Wrestling Observer radio for some reason. He always refers to fraud podcasters. Who is he referring to exactly? I'm assuming Cornette and Bischoff. I don't listen to Cornette, but I listen to Bischoff often. He's definitely referring to us and our flutes. That is for goddamn sure. And nobody's out. Don't worry. I'm going to switch back to Allin, okay? The press conference. But in order to explain how losing viewers during the overrun is totally normal. It can go up. It can go down. You just have to study. So here's Meltzer talking some dummy. Let's hear this.
Or after they had a long overrun. And if you look at the quarters again, and this happens all the time, the overrun totally died.
Well, in 1834, it only went down a little bit.
It was the least watched segment on the show.
Yeah, but the last segment's always, they always decline. They held up better than most.
The overrun should never decline.
Well, sometimes
it never declines on NXT.
No, you're wrong. It declines on NXT all the time.
It didn't. I just looked at the
numbers. I studied this stuff. It goes up on AEW frequently. It goes down on AEW frequently. It goes up on NXT frequently. It goes down on NXT frequently. It's based on basically. It's based on a couple of things. Number one, what's on competition television, 10 o'clock, and number two, the segment itself. I mean, I've seen plenty of overruns in AEW that go up. Plenty of NXT overruns go down.
The overrun did 564. But that's not a little drop.
What's the 18 to 49?
293.
And what was the segment before?
304.
Bro, Dave is I don't know. He's just so funny. He always has some sort of cope. It's hilarious.
So it dropped a little bit. Yeah.
It's still a lot of people didn't see it.
That's normal. That's a normal last quarter.
That's a normal last quarter. Oh, Tony God.
Not unusual. I mean, it's like, yeah, it went down.
NXT went up.
So it went up this week. But the point is like it can go up, it can go down, and it basically depends on more, again, you're going against the convention. So that's like
the RNC, the DNC, the hockey game, the football game. Would we just call it as a show and just say what it is?
Major competition, but it also depends on. It just depends on what you got. And if Danielson and Swerve was something that they thought was great, it wasn't gonna go down. So there's your answer. There's plenty of times it goes up.
I can't find last week's, but I think it was the exact same thing happened last week.
No, plenty of times. I studied this. It's like
I look at them every week.
I know it goes. They both go up and down. It depends on the week.
We had Hangman doing
So it's never like, according to Dave, if a show goes up or down, it has nothing to do with the show. It has to do with whatever other shows are on. Like basically, right? So, Switchblade says, so let's actually do some studying and look at the numbers. Dave Meltzer, who studies this, says it declines on NXT all of the time. Well, NXT has gained viewers in their overrun for the last 14 weeks. Gotcha. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What an idiot. The last time they lost viewers on the overrun was May 14th. And here's the numbers. I'm not going to read them. I'm not that big of a mark, but yeah, that's hilarious. Dave, he's so stupid. And that's Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week.